Assalamu alaikum. Today, I'm going to start the visual guide to Islam. And firstly, I'll start with the introduction. What is Islam? Islam is believed to the world's second largest religion, second to Christianity. It has more than 1.3 billion followers, making up about a fifth of the global population. The meaning and message of Islam is one of peaceful submission to the will of one God who is referred to in Arabic as Allah. Arabic is the language in which the Quran, according to Islam, a divine revelation, was disclosed to Muhammad and the Prophet of Islam. In 610 in Mecca, Muslims believed that what followed over the next 23 years was a series of revelation to guide and instruct people to lead deeply spiritual, moral, and upright life with God at the center and scare creature and man and woman seeking to live in peace through worship. Within 100 years of Muhammad, that the faith that has transformed Arabian society has extended as far as what is now Spain in the west and China in the east. The spread of Islam here held a great time in Muslim civilization marked by many mosques, forts, and gardens, and that still stand today in Spain, Mughal India, and Abbasid Baghdad. The Prophet of Islam. Muslims consider the Quran to be the direct word of God and to be no challenge its authenticity, but a critical science of the interpretation developed around the text over the centuries. Islam teaches that people cannot lead godly lives through personal search and obedience to rules alone, but they must depend on guidance from their Creator. This guidance, Muslim belief, came through prophets who were selected by God and sent to every nation. Adam is considered the first of these prophets and Muhammad the last. Muhammad is central to Islam, which hold the Muhammad is center to Islam, which hold that there can be no belief in God without belief in Muhammad, as his messenger knows by Muslim as the Prophet Muhammad is viewed not as the founder of a new religion, but rather as the restorer of monotheistic belief as practiced by Ibrahim, Moses, Jesus, and others. Islam claimed to be culmination of Christian monotheism. The Prophet life and is narrated in hadith and biography is the example model that all Muslims aspire to follow. Islam as a way of life. The perspective and binding nature of Islam touches every aspect of life. Therefore, a Muslim life is regulated by discipline. The five pillars of faith, declaring belief, prayers, giving alms, fasting, and pilgrimage, give a ritualistic form to worship. But many Muslims believe that such observance should be imbued in inner spirituality. Great scholarly activities after the death of Muhammad saw work in theology, philosophy, spirituality, and law, as well as in the arts, science, and medicine, being produced by independent scholars to ensure that people knew how to apply Islamic teaching to their lives. The history, philosophy, traditions, and teaching of Islam. Since the earliest period of Islamic history, Muslims have migrated and traveled to new area and communicate of Muslims now live in every continent in the world. The phenomenon of migration is perhaps at the heart of understanding the establishment of the Ummah or universal Muslim community. Muhammad's migration hijrah from his home city to Mecca to Medina in 622 was the turning point for his messenger in the creation of Islamic citadel and the first Muslim community. The Muslim of Medina were ethnically different from the first Muslim and religiously pluralistic. Diversity and unity. Today, Muslims are truly global and extremely diverse ethnically, culturally, theologically, socially, geographically, economically, and politically. Across the Muslim world, Islam is reflected in the geocultural expression of its varied, the most noticeable difference being in the way people dress, speak, and eat, the way in which they celebrate their rites of passage. There is therefore no single way that one can think of a Muslim. Muslim diversity is seen as a cause for celebration in the Quran, which state, O mankind, verily we have created you from a single male and female and made you into tribe and nation so that you may know each other. Indeed, the best of you with God are those who attain pity. Surely God is all knowing, best aware. Yes, despite their incredible diversity, Muslims are unified by their core Islamic belief and practices. For example, believers in every mosque from Beijing to Boston and Moscow to Mecca worship the same God, offer the prayer, read from the same Quran, and loyally follow the teaching of the same Prophet Muhammad. Muhammad once declared that the Muslim Ummah is like one body. If the eye is in pain, then the whole body is in pain. If the head is in pain, then the whole body is in pain. Change and constancy. Change and constancy. Muslims contribute to human civilization and scholarship in the field of science and technology have all been inspired by the religion of Islam. Although Muslim society are continually evolving as are all human society, the fundamental belief of Islam has remained constant since the time of the Prophet Muhammad more than 1500 years ago. The global Muslim community can be understood best through its belief and practices. Much of the Western scholarship on Islam has represented the faith as harsh and indigential, but for the majority of Muslims worldwide, the overarching characteristic of God are His endless mercy and immeasurable compassion. Their attitude to Him is there one of grateful worship rather than fearful obedience.